What up, fish people? Kenny E with DANIKEN Aquatic. Well, as promised, guys, I'm continuing with the tour. Today we are in the craft room, as my wife calls it, because it used to be her old craft room. So I'm going to start you right here with our little 20-gallon tall. This is our orange shrimp colony. They are amazing. Absolutely love them. This is a tank that's been up a very long time. Very well seasoned tank. Do have some planaria in here I'm going to have to get rid of again. God, it's like they never end. I'm almost tempted. I think I'm going to put a couple of guppies or endlers in here. See if they'll take them out. Because I don't need them eating my baby shrimp. We get it once in a while. It's always fun trying to get rid of it. Because all these beautiful snails in here will be history. So I usually try to pull as many of them I can before we treat. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah, they're doing very well. And right below that, let me give you guys an idea of what you're looking at here. It's a two-sided double rower that Danny and I made with cinder blocks. Anyway, down here, guys, is another 30-gallon. And in here we have our multi-shelly fish. They've been doing very well. Compliments of Ian at Atkins Nature Aquariums and Richard Reynolds. He sent me some as well. So combined, their two made a beautiful colony. They've been getting lots of babies. And anytime we got babies involved, you guys can see I have plenty of algae in here, which I don't mind with babies. Yeah, they're doing very well. That's what's nice about shellies. You can actually keep plants with them. Like I said, they're all doing very good. Lots of babyage. There's a bunch that usually hang out in the center here too. Try to see if we got any fresh babies. Don't look like it. So that is them. And then this is our little crayfish colony, which we've been having to feed pretty reg now because we don't want to get in trouble. We're not sure if these are... We only got about 10 left, and I've just been feeding them to the Chaka, my Fahaka. Cute little guys. Danny had them as pets. Then, but these are cool. And down below here, this is my colony of Hawaiian blue Moscows. They're so pretty. What I'd really like to do on these guys is show you guys from up above. Ain't that cool? But they are a beautiful guppy. I've got to give these females a break, so I'm probably going to end up having to pull some of these males out because they are just getting pummeled by males right now. So if you're somebody that's got them and needs some more males for your colony, just let me know. You can reach us at daniken.aquatics@gmail.com. Don't think I'll be doing pairs for a while. I want to let my females add back up here. But I definitely got to shed some of these males, man, because they are making the females' lives miserable. But that's another 30 gallon. All these 30s will be history soon. And then in this tank, this is a 36 gallon bow front, and I put the bow front in the back there. And then here I've got my colony of opal spots, L82. I think they're all hanging towards the back. I'll get back there and see what I can see for you here in a minute. There's one's tail. It's one thing about fancy plecos, man. Spend all the money for them just to see tails and occasionally. Very rarely do you get to see it, the whole body. But let's sneak back here, because there's a spot back here they like to hang out. There's one. Ain't he cool? Love them. Cannot get enough of those bad boys. And we're going to go back down this, but to give you guys an idea, like I said, it's a dual-sided. So you got this side and this side. But we're going to stay on this side for now because we got fish over here to look at. So this is our Similis tank. I don't know what the heck. I spent an hour on this tank today and I still got a bunch more algae. That's the only bad thing about these frag tanks is they algae up quick. And apparently I've made my Similis mad. They're nowhere to be seen. That's funny. They're actually spazzing. There's one. Hanging out in the back there. Get some light on them. See him back there? There he is. Hanging out right there in the middle. I'll get up a little bit for you. There he is. Now that's a Similis jellyfish. Super cool little fish. And we've had lots of breeding in this tank as well. It's been doing very well for us, which we're grateful for that. That's why I got no... I was wondering why it was so dark in this tank and I forgot to turn on the other light. Hence the reason we got lots of algae in here too. But again, Danny and I don't spaz on algae if it's a tank with babies in it. That algae is good. It produces all kinds of little microorganisms that they can munch on. But yeah, that give you an idea. That's a 55 gallon. Let me get this back down. Little 50-gallon low boy. Then down below here, these are some you're not going to see every day. Cool looking little Gymnogeophagus. Absolutely gorgeous. That's a male there, and then right behind them is a female. There's another one over there. Just love their dolphin-like heads, man. They're beautiful little fish. Almost look cartoon-like. And I also have a dollar sunfish in here. Is that him there? No, that's another. Oh, that's him. That's the dollar sunfish. Ain't he pretty? Lots of air bubbles on the tank. But yeah, those guys are cool. Love these guys. Gymnogeophagus. And next to that, I've got a couple more rack tanks here. A little 10-gallon here. And then here I have my black rose shrimp. And as you can see, I'm all gangbusters over there. Hanging on the rock. And I've actually gotten pretty lucky. I do have to do culls, but not nearly as much as I thought I was going to have to with these. They've been spitting pretty good straight black babies. Occasionally it'll spit me a red one, and I've even got some blue ones out of here. But to the most part, they're spitting pretty good black color. We've had lots of babies in this tank already. It's that shrimp envy food, I tell you. We feed the shrimp envy growth and shrimp envy complete. The complete is the greens, and we feed that majority of the time. My shrimp only get fed about every other day, sometimes every 3. Like if I give them a good protein diet, then I give them a couple of days before I feed them again. Oh, there's a cull. See him up there on top? Got to get him out of there today. You too could have some fun with just a 10-gallon. These guys will be destined for a 40. All of the fish you're seeing right now are fish we're keeping, and all will be headed for a 40-gallon down the road. We do have some fish in the house that will be leaving us. Danny and I are gearing up to do things different, and unfortunately we had to make some hard choices. Some of the fish that we have here will be being rehomed because we need to downsize. Well, not downsize. We're going up in tank space, but down in number of tanks. And these are the catapatatas. I call them the punks. And I do apologize. We planted this valve in definitely the wrong spot. But I have got babies in here too now. They had stopped producing. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to get this valve trimmed back. But that is a 20-gallon long. And again, these guys will be getting moved to a 40. Then up in the back there's usually a, I'm going to be getting him into a different tank too, but I got a little Cryptosomachroma, or Cryptochroma, sorry. My brain is fried today. Well, this is pretty much seeming like a waste of time for you guys. Trying to put it where I've been seeing the babies. But I'm not seeing them. So they must be hanging in their shells. They're itty bitty babies too, man. Small, small, small babies. But that's this side of the room. Now I will take you, and we'll start on this before we get to the show piece of this fish house. So in here is another 30-gallon tall, and these are my dwarf panda guppies. Cute little suckers. This is another line that Danny and I will be getting out of. If you're interested in some of these, just get a hold of us at DANIKEN.aquatics@gmail.com. You can inquire on them. Or if you see something in the video today, don't hurt to ask. You never know. Sometimes I forget to tell people which ones were, because it's so rare that we actually let our fish go, because Danny and I are both hoarders. But unfortunately, tank space, tank space, tank space. We got plans that we have to go with, and this is another tank of fish that are going to be rehomed. And we do sell this corkscrew valve too. Good stuff. And then down here, guys, is another 30 tall. And in here I keep my Xenotophia droridii. They're from Azteca, Mexico. And we just happened to come to film these when 2 males are sparring, trying to see who's the dominant. It's cool to watch them when they don't hurt each other. They just flash and smack each other with their tails, but I haven't seen them doing any real damage to one another. And we've got tons of babies in this tank. Tons, tons, tons. Now this is a care species fish. Most of their natural habitat is destroyed. There's several species of fish where fish keepers are probably the only reason they're still on Earth. And I am an advocate that if you have the tank space, you should try to keep at least one tank of care species. If you can afford to do more, then do so. But it's good for the environment, good for us. Ain't he pretty, guys? Showing off for his lady right now. If you want to, anybody want any of these, you can get a hold of me as well. We probably let a few of those go because I'm getting lots of babies. If you don't mind growing them up, I'll make you a good deal on babies. Now in here is my little cichlid I got from the ACA. Her mate got killed in the Borlei tank. That was that weird pair that I had from the ACA. So I did lose the female, or the male. And then I also have a breeding colony of super reds in here. Unfortunately, they just had a batch and I forgot the cichlid was in there, so I think we know the moral to that story. Now this tank has got this is where I've set up a 40 gallon. I have red mangrove in it. And it's doing very well. See how much moisture gets held up in there? But this tank is coming to an end as well. I've got one mud skipper left. He is the bastard that killed everybody in this tank. So once he passes on, this tank's gonna get broke down. We might use it for like a tank outside to try to get some Daphne or something in it. It's seen its better days. I think it's done as an indoor tank, but that's that tank. I don't see Mr. Jerk right now. Where is he hanging? Yeah, this tank, I used to have so much fun with this tank. But like I said, the little jerk decided to start going on the rampage. He killed everything in here, so I got just the one mud skipper. And then the showcase of this room would be this one. This is our 240 gallon. In its heyday, it was beautiful, lots of discus, but we ended up getting a condition in here called paperhead, which only affects discus, and it's wiped out all 14 of my discus. I've only got 3 left at this point. I've got one beautiful pigeon blood, a tiger, a leopard snakeskin, I should say. Oh no, that's a tiger. And then one blue diamond left, and he may have it. So this tank is pretty much in holding pattern. I do have some of my Denison sharks left. This tank's been through a lot in the last couple of years. Had the heater stick, it's caught fire. Anything can go wrong with this tank has, with the exception of plants. The plants are growing like a motherfucker in here. They're doing very well. We started this crypt with only 2 plants. As you can see, it's doing very well at propagating here. That pigeon blight is one of my favorites still. He's a gorgeous boy. And then I've got my, like I said, it's just depressing when we look at this tank after what it's been through, but one thing about fish keeping, guys, you can't give up. You just ride it out, weather the storm, be patient. Nature will take its course and everything will be fine. Early years, I probably would have pulled the plug, but I've considered maybe putting our Ultims in here, but the more I think about it, if it ever straightens itself out, I'd like to keep my discus in here. Get some new ones down the road once things chill. I don't care if I gotta wait another year until I see that I don't see that stuff in here anymore. I won't chance it. But The gold barbs are still doing well. They're doing quite well in here, actually. And then there's numerous types of miscellaneous smaller tetras in here, and then we also have a colony of Sturbai Corridor in here as well, which I will be adding some more of those to this, because we have some more upstairs that need to come down. But so anyway, guys, that is the tour of the craft room. As always, love your fish. This is going to be Kenny E checking out for now. We'll catch you next time.